Hi guys, today we are doing the typical mini expansion deck profile, deck theory craft, I don't know. As usual, none of these decks are, you know, guaranteed good, but they are an idea how you want to build a deck. So let's just get started, shall we? Alright, first we have Forest Craft. We have the introduction of Yigi's Trail. I call it Yigi because from Grab the Fantasy we call it Yigi, but anyway, that's a long story short. We also have Fairy Tale Prince, so these two cards are not bad actually. So we are gonna play Evo Shadow. Everything is Evo Shadow, right? At this point, everything is Evo Shadow. Why do I even bother making this video? If everything is gonna be Evo Shadow, why play this deck when I can just play Evo Shadow? Anyway, you can basically play Yigi with the Evo Forest package that people have been playing for a while. It did top like what earlier this year. You can basically stall and then like try to kill people. That's the goal, right? But this time you actually have an end goal. Fairy Tale Prince is actually not bad. The condition is 5 evolve. Not that hard in the deck, honestly speaking. The deck has so much way to have 3 evolve. You have Luminarian for the 3 evolve. 2 evolve, sorry. Luminarian for 2 evolve. Percy gives you back evolve point. Freezy Elves gives you a fairy that self-evolve. It can also have very good sustain, because like if you guys don't know about this deck, basically you can play Jupiter on turn 8, bounce it back with Fairy Healer, heal for 4, and then play back the Jupiter next turn. It's just very solid in my opinion. It's not that bad, it's decent enough. The thing about Yugi is that it gives you sustain, it draws you cards, it heals you a bit, I guess. It also is a free evolve as well, so it's not that bad. You don't use evolve points, so you can play around one of the most cancerous cards in this expansion, in this Blessings. You also can play it with Mammoth. The reason being is that Fairy Tale Prince, despite being very strong, it needs to trade in order to trigger the last word. So how do we trigger the last word? Just play Mammoth. Destroy it yourself. If you can't trade, destroy it yourself. Easy. So that's about it. The deck is okay. I don't think the deck will become tier 1. Oh, I forgot to mention, Glittering Angel is very broken against Sword, against Handler's Blood. The only thing about it is that it's very boring, right? Because you can play once. Fear not, with Forest Craft you can play repeatedly. So Forest here we run 2 kind of bounce card, Pest Control, and also Fairy Healer. You can bounce back the Glittering Angel after you involve it. Like Glittering, I think is a very tech card, but for Forest it's justifiable to run because you want to evolve. You get back evolve point, you can also bounce it back. So I think it's justifiable to run 3-2. Yeah, you can also use Izudia. You can also play one of Izudia, but I personally don't like it because I don't see the point of playing a card which no one likes. Okay, up next we have Swordcraft, but before we talk about Swordcraft, I want to talk about my girl, Mars. Do you have any idea how long we all waited for her? Look at that. Body of a goddess. The smile that we will die for. Every one of us believe in Mars. And you know what? She delivered. She's a pretty good card. She has Bane. Decent. She has 20 follower officer in your deck. You know what? That's a condition that I will play. Summon a Flame General Regalia. You know what? Maybe the amulet is not that bad. Maybe it's not that bad. Whenever an officer comes to play, chat. Look at this. It's basically Latham. You can play Victory Blader with it. Victory Blader, you summon 1/1/1/2. It's a 2/2/2/3 rush. Chat. Court Master is a break. No, with this card now it's a 3/3 and then a 2/3 rush. Chat, it's so good. Oh my god, we can even use the freaking, what's her name again? I forgot her name, but the girl that the 3/2 legendary, we can evolve her and summon by the 1/1. It's so good, chat. 2/2 rush. Holy shit. Wait. Yes? What do you mean it doesn't work? It says when you play an officer follower. Alright, we're done. Up next we have Runecraft. For Runecraft we have a very special reappearance of Riley. Riley is not the same. She doesn't go face anymore, sadly, but she does do different things that Dirt might want, like draw and heal. So Riley now is 2 mana. If you have at least eaten 1 Rite, you can heal for 3 and draw 1. That's actually very good sustain. Healing 3 is not bad at all. The extra part is if you have 18-7 instead, it's a 5/5 ward and you can destroy an enemy for her. So it acts as a destruction, acts as a draw and cycle. Like, it's not that bad. Like Dirt kind of lacks the early game survivability to go into the mid game, because Dirt right now, if you guys haven't played before, has a lot of huge burst damage from Chimeras, Superior Conductor, Earthen Fist is also a burst. We also can consistently run Pursuer Golem now to like get that huge body insight when we need it. Like, the deck is generally not a bad deck. It just lacks the early game consistency, which now Riley gives, so hopefully maybe Riley can solve the issue. Nothing much to talk about the deck other than play yourself and give it a try if you haven't played Dirt before. If you played Dirt before, I think it's a very easy slot in Riley. Alright, up next we have Spellboost. So, the introduction of Bajan layered sauce, or I'll just call it Onion Witch, alright? The introduction of Onion Witch literally destroyed the whole OTK thing. Like, you know, I counter magic, you counter magic. We need to save the ping damage to counter your all the big green shit disappeared. Evolves the Onion. Onion pops a 1/1 storm. It destroys the Condom. The Condom being counter magic. The Condom is gone. Go all in. Just the Condom popper. The deck now has a lot of different dynamic, I would say. Back then, the mirror, you can run 3 counter magic because it's justifiable, but with the Onion Witch, maybe you cut it down. I'm just using 3 counter magic at the moment because I think not a lot of people will realize how important this Onion Baguette is. You can probably cut down the counter magic to 2. If any of you are not familiar why we cut Insight to 2, it's a trend now because you want to get different name, and you cycle a lot through your deck anyway, so Insight is like justifiable not to like run 3 anymore. Other than that, the deck just seems normal. Up next, we have the Fearsome Dragoncraft, the boss dragon that has basically changed everyone's point of view. Dragon doesn't need Oracle anymore. Wow, what a world we live in. The fact that Dragon Oracle got creeped out of existence is like, wow. Alright, so the thing about Boss Dragon, right, is that they don't really have support, but they have this thing called Dragon Skull Bloodgunner. I can't pronounce it correctly. So it says you don't take more than 1 damage. It's only 3/1. It gains +1/1 when on overflow. Why are we running this shitty card? Well, my friends, why if I tell you that we can go and make him tick as fuck? Make our boy tick. And make him practically indestructible unless you're Bane or Remover. Like, this thing is actually quite crazy in my opinion because if you can just if you can just buff every turn. Turn 1, Drak. Turn 2, you play the... Do I run it? Turn 2 you play the Dragon Blade. Turn 2 you run the Blazing Dragon. Turn 3 you play Tropical Mermaid. Turn 4 you play like 2+2. Like you play Tropical Mermaid, evolve into... I don't know, play another Blazing Dragon, whatever, right? You get the idea. You buff it like 5 times. That bastard on overflow is 3/2, right? Or 4/2. It becomes a freaking 4/7. Like, what? So it's 4/7. You need to kill it 7 times. 7 fucking times. Unless you are Bane, Banish, sure, you know what? Props to you for being a better class. But not every class have that. Not all classes Sunshine and Rainbow. Some classes struggle against it. And you need to draw out to this answer. And then you also forgot that you're also playing buff. So it's a 3+2/2. So on turn 7, you can play this plus 2 more 2 block follower. Coral Shark or Celestial Dragon. Like, what are you gonna do? You're gonna just shit the crap. I can't say that. But yeah, I think it has potential. I would say it's really good. I don't even think that you run 3. You can run 2. I'm just giving out this suggestion that you guys can try it out. Because Discard Dragon, for what it's worth, is not really a deck. And brings up to the next deck. Natura Dragon. I think you can run Noir and Blanc inside this. Because Discard Dragon isn't really a thing yet. I think in the future it will be very strong if we have Discard Ram or like enough Ram to justify Noir and Blanc. Because Noir and Blanc is actually very powerful in fact. They're just locked behind the fact that they need 10 play points. So I decided to run the deck which has the most Ram and the most powerful, in my opinion. Face Dragon, sure, but I don't think it's that powerful compared to like this kind of decks. Where it has consistency, you can have more Ram, you have more cycles, so it's slightly better than freaking just go face and no hand size. Like this deck has hand size, so I think it's justifiable. And Noir Blanc, you basically can protect cards such as the Gaumils. You can also protect, I don't know why you want to protect it, but you can protect the Filene. You can also protect the Mother. No, don't really protect the Mother Embrace because the Mother Embrace also has ward. You can protect Dragon Newts. Hooray! Yeah, it's not that bad. No one Blanc, but I don't think you can run 3 because you need 10 play points, and before that it's just a 5 mana 4/4 Storm, which is okay. You know, whatever. You know, in the Storm deck it's decent. You can play Noah plus Filene and call it a day. But let's be real, you're always gonna go Garmooks there. Shadowcraft, the craft that refused to die and now given new toys. So what do you think about Sin Hunter? I know a lot of people in the community are split between it. Oh, it's the most broken shit ever. Oh, it's so shit. It's okay. We stole this deck from Mr. Zaizun. I don't know how to pronounce it, I'm very sorry. Link in the below for the shout out. We stole with this that has very high win rate, and basically a lot of people are like praising it. Well, what adjustment we did was that we take out one of the 7 play points and also the Stay in Paradise, because honestly speaking, I think Stay in Paradise is okay only. It's not a very strong card. You can get the Lakandula, which we also call Wakanda. If you guys didn't know, we call it Wakanda. These names are getting out of hand. Getting them is not that good, so you really just want to like get the In Ghost Hound. You also want to get the of course the Agni Stage again for Storm, but honestly speaking, I don't think it's that effective. It does give you consistency because you get the Ghost Hound. Other than that, nothing really matters in my opinion. Like, it doesn't really does anything else. Sea Hunter on the other hand, so what's so good about Sea Hunter? You can do like really sick play. On turn 5 this is mostly. You can do like a 1+1 like Call of Arms and Int, and then you can get Sin Hunter, and then you can invoke the Purgatory Inn, the Wakanda comes out, and then do 3. However, what in my opinion most scary part is going first. You can go Cern. Cernus Rite the Susie comes back alive from the Cernus effect, and then you can just play the Ghost Hound, and then you can play the what's the name again? Sin Hunt, and then you have basically 4 bodies. You invoke the Wakanda to deal 3 damage, and you haven't counted the fact that Sin Hunter will destroy 1. It's situational, but let's just assume it does. Cernus also trades, Susie also trades. Susie trades and gives +1/1, so Susie could actually high roll into the Sin Hunt, and Sin Hunt actually becomes like a 4 damage. So it is just very scary, right? And then the fact that you still have Ani Sage, still have Skeleton Raider, the deck has a lot of face damage potential, and like with Sin Hunt, I think the deck justifiably does it very well. So it has a lot of potential, I think. I think it's minimum tier 2 with this list. We just see how it goes. So anyone interested in trying like something else besides the Evo Shadow variant, you can try this. But in the end of the day, you're still playing Skeleton Raider, Kirisaku. So don't be surprised when you literally win with Kirisaku. Alright, up next, we have the boring ass SMG deck. So before anyone go around saying, oh, Ghost Town Appreciation is broken because Ziv said so. In some context it's broken, but in my opinion it's a situational card. I'm not going to make a deck based around Ghost Town Appreciation because I still love my Flame and Glass. However, I can suggest a one-off Gownstone. So here's the verdict. If you really want to play Ghost Town Appreciation.exe, the deck, you want to play it, you can cut Flame and Glass to 1 and play 3 Ghost Town if you really want to. And then you can also play more Necro 6 card. If you really want to, you can play Ani 6 if you like. You can play the 1 mana -6 that also is Necro 6. You can also play the Storm for Necro 6. Like, you can do a lot of stuff. You can even play the Anea spell, the 1 mana gold Machina spell for Necro 2 to guarantee Necro 20. You can do all the stuff to turbo up to Necro 20 for the Cernus play into Ghost Town Appreciation. You can do that. That's up to you. But I personally think that Ghost Town is a really good card as a one-off. It's just a very good situational card where the deck already draws a lot, so you can eventually see your Ghost Town. And then if you don't need Ghost Town in that same matchup, you just use Convenient Conductor. So what matchup does Ghost Town use? Anything that sticks. Victory Bladers, for example. Forest Craft, if they want to spam their Forest Fairy Leaf Blade, it doesn't count because it becomes Ghost. The Mirror, no, because you transform them to Ghost. And then if they become Ghost, they leave the field. So you're giving them empty ball space. I don't think it's good in the Mirror. For Rune is very iffy because the fact that you turn the cooldown to Ghost, but not the 10-10 and the 4-5. The 4-5 and 10-10 to sticks. So you have to be careful of that. That's what I meant by some matchup. I cannot think some of it out of the top of my head. I guess Artifact, because you transform the Artifact and the Artifact name doesn't exist anymore. Those are some situational. But that is like going to the mid game and like disrupting them when they're already reaching the end goal. Like some of them already reached the 6 different names, some of them already reached 20 different forest blades, that kind of things, yada yada. But the most toxic thing about Ghost Town is probably the ambush. Very little thing has answer against that ambush. Even Drak, if they have a way to kill the sun when they reanimate with Sentinels, you can't Drak it because of ambush. It's very, very obnoxious, I guess. They have ways to remove Ghost Town, but it's very, very obnoxious. That's what I'm trying to say. Up next, we have the most Copium Blood deck that people have been preying on. So this deck is based off one of the top 8 rich guy. Let me see his name. not even top 8, sorry. He made it to the playoff. I can't pronounce Japanese, but yeah. So we stole the list from me, yeeted, and then took out some cards. And you guys notice we don't run Aluzard because honestly speaking, the guy also doesn't run Aluzard and he's doing fine, right? And the fact that we are running Demon Bodyguard, I don't think we need Aluzard anymore. The problem with Aluzard is that it doesn't scale. Like, Aluzard is just a 2 mana card that you need to play on 2 in order for it to like get the benefit, right? If you play it very late, it doesn't do anything but clog your hand. So I think we just cut it out. It's just justifiable to cut it. Everything else has self-evolve anyway. Literally doesn't use evolve point. Kali is self-evolve. Itsurugi helps with the burn. Dog Detective 2, you only run 3. Yuzuki is a 2 evolve by itself already if you evolve it using evolve points. And the new boy, Demon Bodyguard, is basically justified now. If you have 3 evolve, we can just evolve Demon Bodyguard, and I get 3 evolves. That's 6 evolves. Turn 7, you can get Bloodlust Demon, which is really solid. The other thing about this deck would be Lord of Devastation is really okay. Think of it like a weaker version of Spawn of Abyss. You need 5 evolve, which is okay. The deck can reach that. It's 5 play point, 8 damage. It's only okay because of a few reasons. Number 1, it needs body to trade in. Number 2, you don't really have ways to destroy it yourself. So if it gets vanished, you just cry like a sad person. Other than that, the deck is okay. I think the most breaking point about Evo Blood would be Demon Bodyguard. That card literally changes the game of the... changes the way the game plays. No, sorry. Changes the way the deck plays because like you can just play on 6 and be fine. It's what a lot of people wish for. It's the Natura they wanted, but it's not really Natura. It's a decent card. Alright, up next, it's a card that I think a lot of people give like really little credit to, which is the new Amulet and also Vajra Champion. I think they're not bad. If you guys forgot about it, we do have this thing called Amulet Haven, which is actually not a bad deck. It just fell off because it doesn't have very good support. There's no reason to run it because it's very slow. However, I think with Vajra, it's kind of justifiable. Vajra is very powerful, right? It can be 0 play point. You can combo it with Sacred Lion, so you can play like a Sacred Lion turn when the God of Curse comes out, and then Vajra Champion as well. That they had to deal with 3 bodies. And then you can play Jutland to like get back a Sacred Lion, a God of Curse, or a Vajra Champion. Or you can low roll and get the other stuff like the new Impure Bishop, which is not that bad. It's a 4/5 war, lasted heal 3, so more healing, more sustain. And also, the thing about Bishop is that going second is not that bad. Going second means it's just a 2 play point 1 countdown for 4/5. Going to turn 5, the turn 5 is usually very weak and very awkward. So usually it's a Musketeer turn, I would say, or you already have cards that are coming out like the Featherfoot Wingcaller. Vajra also can come out. Agent of Cost can prop. Like the deck has a lot of control and sustain, which I think will be good in some matchups. It's not that bad. We just played one off feeling divine because I feel divine for it. Like, it's an okay one off. It's not that bad of one off. All of you artifact breathers, the time has come. The time has come for you guys to reclaim your throne as the best deck in the format with the power of Celestial Artifact. Celestial Artifact is a 1 mana tilted artifact. That sounds really good already. And then the other effect would be if you have 6 names, it tilts 2 instead. Why? Why the fuck does it? Alright, never mind that. So it's a very good consistent card. Artifact is down much more consistent. You don't rely on like just playing Shion, playing Spinaria and Prega. It has some Copium now besides than that. So another consideration you can do is we can also run the Melody Returns. I'm not playing it here because I can't find a space, but here's a consideration. You can Melody Return Celestia, get back the Celestia, and play the Celestia. So you literally enabling 1 name, getting back the Celestia to draw cards. Like, it's just really good. It's just a 2 play point, get a name and also get more stuff. Celestial Body is like, if you can get like a lot of names and you need that 8 play point damage, sure, go ahead, but I don't think you really need it. So another thing we play here is Shion. Shion has been the talk of the town where people have been discussing how the fuck do I kill Shion? You don't. Shion is very thick, but at the same time, it's kind of like Victory Blader. Think of it like Victory Blader. Victory Blader is very cancerous, right? Very powerful. But if it removes, the turn is wasted and you're giving your opponent 1 turn extra to kill you or to set up their turns. Shion has the same issue for me. Shion, despite being really powerful, is just a body stick that is only good if you have played something before it. So for example, on turn 5, let's say you evolve Genesis Artifact. Or you evolve Lishana with a lot of different artifacts. You can play Shion afterwards to follow up. and it protects everything else that's before that, except for this artifact that doesn't have ward. But what I'm trying to say is that if you have more bodies and you're already snowballing, Shion adds on to the snowball. And Shion body is actually not that easy to remove. If you pre-evolve it, it's a 610. 610 is not easy at all to remove. It's practically ages at some would say, because you can only trade to it. You can't bane it, you can't banish it. You can't banish it, right, chat? Chat, you can't banish it, right? But yeah, you can't really banish it. So it's just really hard to like remove Shion. You can, I think only a few decks can do it actually now these days. But there's also another consideration where you can run 3 Shion in Machina Porter. I'm not doing the deck because my goal is just to like be able to show every card possible, except for Sword, cause you know I'm not gonna smoke Copium, chat. But yeah, Shion is okay, not bad. Alright, that's it for the video. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoy this kind of content that we have been consistently making. I know I promised more consistent content, but this is the best I can do right now. Do like mini deck profiles so you guys can like go around and play with the new cards if you guys have no idea how to build them. So yeah, have fun. Bye bye. See you.